Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Oakfield Farm and welcome back along to Simulation for the Nation. And this morning we're up early and we're at 'em. It is just before 8 AM. We got up extra early this morning to feed the cattle. Got them all checked off and done by about 6:30. It was surprisingly dry last night, to be honest. We pushed through till about 10 o'clock last night. I think we got going till when it just started to get a little bit too tricky for us to work with. So we ploughed on there, we got some good progress done. As you can see, we're still in the same top field, but we're making some. We've got a big block of it out of the way now, well over halfway. And we started again up this morning about 20 minutes ago. Right now, it's coming in around 16% actually. Very dry. It's a little bit drier than when we started yesterday. It will still go into the stores and get tickled through the dryer, but yeah, it won't take half as long to knock that down to below 15%. Very happy with this. Cannot complain with the conditions at the moment at all. It's coming through very well. And I am concerned we are due some more showers later on today, so if I can get this field knocked out before the rain comes, I'll be a happy man. And we're doing alright. We're not doing too badly at all here. So we've got Barry this morning who's going to do a little bit of carting for us. And we're gonna get ourselves through this hopefully before. I'm not sure when the rain's supposed to arrive. I just know it's coming. And to be honest, if we look at the next week, we got tomorrow. It's gonna be a good day. We need to get a lot done tomorrow, and then after that, well, it's not looking good. Let's put it that way. But yeah, happy to have been able to jump out this morning. I was very surprised actually when I checked the weather this morning, just to see that it was so dry. Actually, there's very little dew in the ground. So that's great news actually. There's a strong steady breeze all through the evening, so we're going to take advantage of that as much as possible. Combine's singing through now. I had a few adjustments to make on the fly just to make sure we were managing okay, but now yeah, I haven't got a problem at all with it at the moment, so it is all very good. Spoken to Charlie as well. We do have the MacDon header ready to go. That is going to be delivered to a field of our choosing. I wanted to go just behind the trees over there and work in that field, but I'm not sure it's going to be ready, to be honest. It's still not fit to cut, so we might have to go onto the hillside and see what we can get around on the ridge fields there above the farm. But we'll see, and we'll do what we can and what we have to get going. That's our tank buzzer, just to let us know we're 50% of the way through. So we are in spring oilseed rape here. This rape is this canola if you're North American, or this oilseed rape if you're European. Really, this is going to be going to McDonald's to be made into oil. So it doesn't go directly to them; it goes through our distributor first. But the end goal is the same. It will make its way over there. Spot yield so far coming in very well, all things considered. Actually, if we're looking at the acreage standpoint here, we're probably coming in the region of about 6 ton an acre, which is in an average isn't too bad. It could be a little bit better. The spot yield in some places it's a bit patchy. I was aiming to get between 6.5. So if we get 6, I can manage with that. It's not too bad. Here comes Barry in here now. Looking at. Yeah, why not? We're making a good. We've probably got I don't know, in the region of about 10 acres left to do in here, so we should get it all done pretty quickly. And ideally, we'll get this little block finished here. We'll nick over and do. There's one on the top of the hill there. Just can't quite see it from here, but we'll get into that. And then yeah, we'll be able to push on. There he is. Made a lot of progress elsewhere on the farm yesterday. The insurance adjuster is coming up today to check in on the Keenan diet feeder. And we also were able to get that sugar beet land, the new land we have ploughed over. That's been worked in now. and we'll leave that just to dry out again because it's still a bit wet underneath actually, wetter than I thought it could be. So we're going to leave that to dry out. With a breeze like this, hopefully we'll be able to dry out again pretty quickly, and then we can come in and get some winter barley drilled into there, which would be good to get done. Actually, it'd be nice to start getting our winter cereals in the ground as well. What's up, folks? Welcome back. We are nearly done. We are pushing ourselves through here quite nicely. Actually, we're on the top of the hill now. Just finishing off these little ends, really. Getting them done nice and quickly. Barry's just gone away with another load, so I should get this all done. You can't quite see it here, but it's starting to look a little bit hazy over on the valley, on the far side of the valley, so it would look like those grey clouds are drawing in slowly, coming my way no doubt. So hopefully we'll at least get this little block finished here. I'm going to give Charlie a call because he's going to have to bring the Macdon header over. Our header is going to go back to the yard where we'll work on taking off the OSR knives on the front. And then once we have that done, we can start to look into actually, hopefully, tackling a little bit of barley if there's some fit. I need to figure out where we're going to go next though. Probably going to go up onto the ridge field on the south side of the yard. But we'll have a look, see how that's looking as soon as we get over there. But for now, I'm just very pleased. The sun's still shining here. This is all bonus harvesting really for me. Didn't think we'd get through this. Overall, so far, the combine's been dialed in very well. So far, loss percentages are less than 1% coming off the back of the combine, so the threshing has been dialed right down to a T, so very pleased with that. Very little greenery in the bottom as well, so there's very little kind of trash to have to process. And also, as you look across the remainder crop here, there's no white kind of tinge to the crop. When you do see that white tinge, generally it means that the pods have split open on the canola or on the oilseed rape. And when that happens, it means that when it goes through the combine, it's a higher chance of losing some of it on the floor. So that's good news. So all in all, we're doing very well. And I think I've just had a message come through saying that we actually need to swap our silo bins. I think, incredibly, I think somehow we've filled up our storage. So I need to go and check what's going on there, and we will see. But ultimately, yeah, looking great. Very pleased with how we're doing here. We've got a great yield coming off here as well. It's just slightly higher than forecasted or I originally budgeted for, which is good. And yeah, surprisingly that the moisture continues to fall today. It's around about 15% now, so it's taking even less time to dry, which is fantastic news. Couldn't ask for more, really. So we will continue. Like I say, it's only going to take a few minutes to wrap all this up, and then we'll hitch the header off. And before you know it, we should hopefully be back into some barley, really. So we're making some great progress here today. I will come back to you. Well, hopefully next time you see us, we'll be tucking in some winter barley, some spring barley somewhere. So keep an eye out for that one, and we'll see you in just a little while. Well, good evening, everybody. We had a little bit of a setback. We were supposed to be receiving the Macdon header today to have a little bit of a trial with. We were just going to put that straight on and get going, but there was a little bit of an issue with the previous demonstration, I do believe. Which means that it's not available for us, so we had to quickly and rather hastily take our header back to the shed, drop off the rape knives on the front, and then get back to get cracking. So we've lost a little bit of time, but I was quite adamant that we'd get back into here and at least get started on the spring barley before it was too late, and before the rain no doubt came back in again. So we are here, and we'll see how we get on. It's still coming in quite high. It's still in the high teens again. There's a lot of straw though, just based off that mound there. But yeah, we're trying our best to get through it, and we'll have to see what we can do. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, it is what it is. We'll just have to. It wasn't anything that Charlie could do. It's just something we have to put up with. But we haven't lost too much time, probably about an hour and a half. So far, there's still blue skies, so there's no sign of this impending rain. I'm not sure where that is. We will just have to wait and see, I guess. As it is, all we can do is just keep pushing on. Now, we are in a variety called Concerto Spring Barley. Now, we were supposed to be, ideally, this would go away for malting, but given that it is a little bit wet and it hasn't had the best of kind of late springs when it was establishing, it was very wet then as well, so it didn't really grow properly. So far it's not looking the best. This might have to go for animal feed, I think, to be honest. But we'll see. I haven't had a full sample yet. What we'll tend to do is we'll take a sample of the grain, we package it up, zip it up into like kind of big Ziploc bags essentially, and they go away to be analysed, and then based on the analysis we'll know if it's going to go for animal feed or if it can still go for malting. But either way, you know, we've got to get it harvested. We can't leave it. This is probably the field that's the most ripe at the moment, unfortunately. There's a couple of others I'd like to get into as well, back over the other side of the farm, but yeah, they're just not there yet. They probably need about, if the weather was good at least, they'd need probably another 2-3 days. As it is, the weather's not going to be good. I don't know. You might need a lot more. That's an awful lot of straw though. It's a thick straw. So we'll just have to see what we can do. That's a heck of a swath of straw there, I know that much for sure. We've still got Barry on. Barry's up the top there leading off from me, so we should, as long as we can get, to be honest, if we can get like get the rain to stay off for about 2 or 3 hours, we might get this field done. It shouldn't take much more than that. That's just the big $1 million question, if it will manage to hold itself back. I'm not overly confident. But yeah, we'll just see. It's coming through quite nicely at the moment here. We'll keep pushing on, and we'll come back to you later on in the day as well, see how we're looking up here, and give you a bit of a sit rep to see how we get on. Like I say, hopefully it'll be without rain breaks and when we're finishing up, but you never know. Well, the perks of having somebody like Barry working with you. He's managing to perfectly stay alongside me. He's probably got about an inch of room on either side actually, and he's not causing me any trouble. I don't need to worry about him over there. I don't need to keep an eye on him and my header. He's just good to go. And just before we get to the end here, we'll probably get ourselves loaded up. We might just stop here actually before it gets too tricky. And we'll get ourselves. Barry hasn't got much more room to work at there, so what we'll do, we'll just tell him to stop. I think I'm just going to edge my way over a little bit more to give us a little bit more space here. Because yeah, he's a little bit trapped in. Maybe just cut a little bit more of this corner out first. The straw in this field, I can't get over it. So much straw. If the rest of our spring wheat and spring barley is going to be like this, I might have to reconsider how much we actually bale. I don't know if I've got enough rubber to put all of this in. Might put some up for contract, see if somebody wants to buy some, because it'll be a waste otherwise. It's actually making the combine bounce around, which is a first. Okay, perfect. So I will just scoot my way back over. And Barry's got a bit of breathing room, so he's not dying in the hedge there. It's a little bit messy as we came into the field here, a lot of turning around, a lot of imbalancing, but yeah, we're kind of in a good place now. As you can see there's a few grey clouds starting to come over the valley. Nothing too major though. Nothing that we shouldn't be able to deal with. That's perfect. So it's all coming in quite well now. From our first trip round, where's my little month there? We had about 80% of the tank actually, which is not too bad. So on this monitor here I can control various things. I have not only the tank capacity that shows us here, but this also has the field name, the crop type in there, and then also the tonnage we're experiencing this process through the combine. This page here has our speed, so our fan speed, our threshing speed. That helps separate the grain from the chaff, which is very good. And we'll just probably stop Barry again there for now. Alright, and we're going to get ourselves going again. Get my auger in, don't want to keep that out. And we'll push on. So far, this field isn't as good as it was anticipated. I knew that coming into it, that it wasn't going to be as great as perhaps it could be. Like I said, it had some really rough growing conditions when we started. This was land that we took over as well later in the spring, as you may recall, so we weren't able to drill and establish this like we perhaps would usually. Didn't get any pre-drilling treatment, didn't get any manure or compost spread onto here. It was just as it was. So soil tests when we first took over the land showed that it was a little bit weak in a certain few areas. So that's something that we had to look into. But moving forward, this is Spring Valley now, as I mentioned to you, so we're going to be drilling this straight into winter oilseed rape. So almost as soon as we get out of here with the bales, which will have to be very soon, we'll be coming in to get this direct drilled actually. So we'll have the fence already connected up there, it's ready to go. Now what we usually do is, if we're not baling the field and we're chopping it, we'll get the drill straight in behind actually. But as we're going to make the straw off here as well, then it'll have to be a few days. But we can still come straight in and get this done. The New Holland is back at the yard there, raring to go as well, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Like I said, we'll be going into oilseed rape, so we want to get drilled up pretty quickly, really. Other than that, though, I mean, like I mentioned, it wasn't coming in very well. There's probably I budgeted or forecast really for this field is I believe this, where are we here? This one's in the region of about 15-20 acres, and I think if we were going to be getting about 7 ton an acre, beg your pardon, 7 ton a hectare, that was going to be very good for us, really. I don't foresee we're going to be getting that, having started the field. I think we're going to be a little bit lower, if I'm honest, but we can take what we'll get, and we'll just have to chalk it down to a bad year. And we are done. This weather's just, well, it's been creeping in ever since I last kind of put down the camera, really. It was only a matter of time, and it really started to get grey quite quickly, and then the rain started to come here, and yeah, we're not going to get any more done today. So all we'll do is we'll just put the rest of this, I've got about half a tank load in here, hopefully it'll all go into Barry's trailer, and then we'll call it a day. It's not ideal, but you know, it is. We've probably got more done than I anticipated, that's for sure. And yeah, at least we've got a start. We've got the headlands taken off here, we've got a few acres done in the middle as well, so yeah, we'll make do with it. Hopefully this is going to be just a quick pass and shower, and we can get back in some point tomorrow morning, but then we'll just have to wait and see, really. It is what it is. I haven't really seen a forecast as to see how long this is going to last for. The last forecast I said predicted that the weather would come in a lot earlier than this. It would probably come in around early afternoon, so around 1:32. So we've done well to get this much out, but that's it. So we'll have to just kind of, that's part and parcel of being a farmer, really. You have to play around the weather and see what you can get. Put the reel down. So for now, we're just going to go and park this back up at the entrance there, and then we'll see how we're looking. There's no worse sight than having to park a combine up in the rain, in my mind. No, we'll leave the combine here for tonight, but what we'll do is we'll come back with, Yeah, we might just grab a lift back with Barry to the pickup truck's actually in the field. I brought that over this morning. Oh no, Barry's away. Never mind. We will just pop the header onto the header trailer. Sounds a bit odd. We're not going to take it off. We're just going to leave it on the trailer. But some of the fields around here are very close to roads. This one in particular. And I've had it before where people have stolen wheels off the header trailer when there's been no weight on the trailer. So we'll just leave this here for the night, kind of to prevent anyone from doing anything they shouldn't. The lights. And yeah, down comes the rain. Okay. So we'll just shut this and lock the door today. Perfect. And down we go. Alright, well, that was a fairly decent effort. Managed to get all of this block of rape done, which is good. Very pleased about that. And then we also got a fair sized chunk of the land of the barley started there as well. So we will leave it here. I'm going to jog back around the corner, see how Barry didn't wait for me, go and get in the truck, and we'll call it a day. Thank you very much for watching, as always. Really do appreciate it. If you have seen anything you like, or if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop a comment down below, and I will do my best, as always, to answer. If you are new to the family as well, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and do let us know where you're watching from as well. I always do like to know. Keep in touch with the subscribers out there, see where we all are. But we will come back to you hopefully when we can next get back on with the harvest, judging by our forecast. I'd like to say maybe tomorrow lunchtime if it doesn't rain for too long now, but we'll see. Who knows really, but until then, thank you very much for watching as always. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.